Welcome to the Lindbergh Center at Hopkins High School for a state tournament caliber matchup in girls basketball. The #1 ranked and undefeated Shakopee Sabres paying a visit here to #2 Hopkins. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox, and boy, it's early February, but this is a type of matchup you could be seeing not just at the state tournament, but possibly in a state championship. Two of the very best teams in Class 4A, and they're looking forward to a great battle here this evening. Shakopee has faced a good schedule. They've gotten to 17-0, but have had tough opponents. Had some close games with Lakeville North and Eastview in their conference, and a non-conference game against White Bear Lake. They have to play Eastview and Lakeville North again, but they know this test against Hopkins is about as tough as it will get this season. Meanwhile, for the Royals, they've had a couple blips on the radar. They lost at St. Michael Albertville earlier this year, and they lost a fairly recent Lake Conference game against their rivals from Minnetonka. But make no mistake, Hopkins is a team that has a chance to win it all this year, and they're hoping to put it another notch on if they can take out Shakopee here this evening. Let's take a look at our key players for tonight's contest, starting with the visitors for the Sabres. Taylor Coonan is a player, kind of fills the stat sheet for them. 6'2" guard, averages over 20 points a game, around close to 8 rebounds, and also a lot of assists and steals, up over 3 in both of those categories as well. And she is committed to the University of North Carolina. Meanwhile, for Hopkins, Nia Hawley has had a great career and is having a strong season as well for the Royals. The Michigan State recruit is averaging 15.5 points a game. Great job at getting into the lane and hitting some short shots, and definitely a good passer as well, averaging over 4 assists per contest here for the Royals. Well, we'll see if Shakopee can keep the undefeated mark alive. We'll see if Hopkins can score another big win here at the Lindbergh Center. It's #1 and #2 in the state, and it comes up next.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision-making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
And welcome back here to the Lindbergh Center as the Sabres and the Royals get set to do battle here in a great contest here and a great test for both of these teams, as we'll take a look at some starting lineups. First of all, for Coach Juan Mitchell and the Shakopee Sabres, they start out with Taylor Coonan, Matea Hutton, Annie Ryan-Smith, Allison Johnston, and Kaylee Rodning for the Sabres, again at 17-0 on the season. And for Brian Cosgriff and the Hopkins Royals, Dee Dee Winston, Angie Hammond, Nia Hawley, Ashley Bates, and Keisha Wubin. And Bates was honored for reaching 1,000 career points a little bit earlier in the season tonight and had to shed a tear or two. So they're heading down toward the home stretch of their high school careers. Joining me for tonight's broadcast is Tara Starks, a coach in the North Tartan program, whose daughter played here at Hopkins, of course, and doesn't get a whole lot better than this when you got #1 versus #2. I think both teams are really looking forward to this matchup.
And I'm definitely looking forward to this matchup.
Obviously, Hopkins has been no stranger to playing a lot of times over the years against big opponents, and you see that last year against Shakopee they had scored a big win. Shakopee is wanting to get into that area where they're consistently year in and year out in big games like this, and obviously this year has been a great opportunity for them to show that they are up there too.
Oh yeah, and they've proven that they belong there. with a 17-0 record, they've proven that they can play against the big teams and the big schools. So I'm looking forward to this matchup.
Coach Mitchell telling me before the game, if we can handle their pressure and limit their second shots, we have a decent chance. However, coaches have been saying that against Hopkins for quite a few years, and sometimes it works and sometimes not so much. But they definitely have the talent that that they can stay right with Hopkins and maybe knock them off. And as Coach Mitchell saying that things have gone pretty well this year. They expected to have a good team. You don't necessarily think you'll get this far undefeated, but they knew this would be the opportunity to be a pretty good club, and it's working out that way so far for them. I think the second time around, when you got a conference schedule and they've got Eastview coming up who they already beat, and Lakeville North coming up who they already beat, teams like that. The second time is sometimes a little different thing, so I think that'll be a good challenge for them. And there's Coach Cosgriff, 17th year with the Royals program, and obviously a great deal of success. And he's a tough coach. There's no doubt about it. He makes you work and he gets after you. But I think there's no doubt that he develops good players and good teams over the years too.
Oh yeah, puts his heart and soul into what he does. So.
And Holly tipping it, ended up controlling it herself there, and the Royals get the first possession of the game as Winston comes into the front court. Shakopee man-to-man. Holly driving it down the lane off the glass and good. And Hopkins coming with that early pressure. Johnston bringing it up with Bates hounding her. Back out to Coonan, and going to be called for the travel. The thing a lot of players struggle with is that shot fake and then a quick shuffle. And here's a look at Holly. She kind of waited for the traffic to bunch up in the lane a little bit there and then just attacked. Holly had a little trouble with it, now driving it again and scores one more time. I think there was some question whether that drop was going to be considered a dribble or not, so Shakopee relaxed a little bit.
Hopkins is back with that pressure.
And it really wears on teams. Even if you don't turn it over, if you're forced to reverse a dribble a few times. There's a drive, but a nice block by Hammond.
Hutton gets it back.
And looks like it's going to be off of Hopkins here. There's another look at Holly. It was almost stripped, but still got it up and in. So Rodning will inbound here for Shakopee. Coonan giving it right back to Rodning. Rodning headed to Southwest State to play college ball. A drive down the lane, and that shot won't drop, but an offensive rebound by Rodning, and she cleans it up after Rhinesmith missed the first one. Here's Hammond looking to answer, but Rodning up for the block.
Nice block by Rodning.
Really did a nice job staying on the shooting hand there. Holly pokes it away, and Bates will come up with it. One-on-one, Bates all the way, but missed the layup. And got it back herself and then knocked out of bounds. It will be Royals basketball.
Annie Rhinesmith did a great job getting back on D, contesting the layup.
And I think it was a nice job, too, to not foul. So many times when somebody's coming for a layup, you want to be aggressive and you foul them, and they didn't do it. So the pull-up jumper won't drop. Hammond got her hands on the rebound, but then Coonan snares it. Coonan at 6'2", maybe 15 years ago they would have said you got to play on the post, but obviously she can handle it out high, too. Sabres mostly on the perimeter. Here's Coonan, stops, pops, and nails a three. And then we get a foul as Bates was on the dribble there, and fouled by Ryan Smith as you get another look at Coonan getting herself squared up and dropping that 3.
Hopkins gets the ball out so fast after a scored basket. It's really important that you get back on D.
Yeah, you always think of the transition being just off turnovers or whatnot, but you have to be ready against them no matter what, whether a made basket or not. Rubin looking to the high post now. It's Bates coming around the screen, and it was halfway down, but one drop. Kept alive though and recovered by Winston. Puts a move on Hutton and drives it down the middle, and it rolls in and out. Rodning the rebound. She had a teammate alone in front, Johnston, but couldn't get a long outlet pass. And falling right on the basketball was Ryan Smith, and Holly will get a layup out of it. Holly scored all 6 Hopkins points, and the Royals up by 1. Coonan step back 3, and it was in and out.
Rebound by D.D. Winston.
Bates driving down the baseline and was fouled, and will go to the line as Hutton came down on the ball with the arm. Another look as stumbling, that was an unusual one, falling right on the ball was Ryan Smith, and it results in an easy 2. And we're going to get timeout called here by Shakopee as they've had a little bit of a sluggish start. They hit a couple shots, but 6-5 lead here for Hopkins. Is this about what you expected to see so far?
Definitely, definitely.
Royals band here on hand tonight as well. Well, as we said, these two sit atop the 4A rankings right now. Shakopee, then Hopkins, then Eastview. As we said, Shakopee's already handed them a defeat. St. Michael, Albertville, who beat Hopkins earlier this year, Minnetonka. So in Lakeville North, you're seeing a lot of these teams have played each other, and so some of those losses are against other teams on that list, which that's good for your team. You know, it doesn't do you any good to rack up a lot of wins against inferior teams, I don't think either.
Ashley Bates is short on the first free throw.
Second one coming for the senior, and misses a pair. But they get it right back. Winston out to Holly. Holly traveled. She just changed her mind at the last second there and pulled that pivot foot, it looked like. They'll give it back to Coonan as Hopkins looking to trap now. Coonan into the lane and scores. When you have a big player that can handle and then finish in the lane too, that helps. Here's a nice drive by Rubin, and she scores it. Hopkins getting most of their points off layups so far. Shakopee getting spread out a little bit and not much help D arriving. Runs into trouble, but they get a lucky break as it goes right over to Ryan Smith, and she scores. Bates takes it to the baseline, hit the bottom of the backboard with that one though, and now Coonan running it back the other way. Hutton threw it right to Holly. Holly, whoops, that one got away from her a little bit and tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Sabres though. Another look, this one wasn't exactly how you drew it up. It kind of bounces around a few times, and Ryan Smith was in the right place at the right time.
In a game like this, you'll take all the buckets you can get.
Absolutely. They don't go in the scorebook looking any different if you hit nothing but net, or if it was a little bounce around play like that one. Paige Bueckers into the lineup there for Hopkins. Holly posting, her pass though tipped and recovered by Coonan. Rachel Garvey, 32, is in there now for the Sabres, along with number 3, Sydney Zare, and they turn it over. So Winston bringing it up, her team down by a point. Here's Bueckers, the 8th grader. She is really going to be a good one. Here's Winston shooting it up. And fought for and controlled by Brittany West, who also came in there for Shakopee at that last stop. They punch it inside. Rodning looking to attack. Hammond blocks it.
Didi comes out the shuffle with the pass to Nia Holly. Easy two.
Holly racking them up now. 4 baskets for her. She has 8 of the 10 for the Royals. So Hopkins back in front. Shakopee hasn't really turned the ball over in the backcourt much, but they've had some in the front court that have been a problem for them. Rodning missing it, and a fight for the rebound, a tie-up. See, it starts with a block, and Winston a good look up court. It's a good example, too, there, how you tell kids when they're young, if you run the floor, you're going to get some points. You'll get some layups. Hutton scoring it inside there on a nice swoop off the inbound for the Sabres. And so they are back in front, 11-10. Everyone knocks in there now for Hopkins as well, number 21. Tough drive, and Bueckers able to finish it. So Hopkins back in front as we change leads again. That pass into traffic, and it's going to be another tie-up. It'll go Shakopee's way this time, but again, the pressure getting to them. Excuse me, it'll go Hopkins' way this time.
Raina Suggs in for Ashley Bates.
Suggs a sophomore, so both teams have gone about 8 deep so far here. Holly cutting down the middle. This time it wouldn't stay down. Bueckers trying to get the putback, and then we're going to get a foul on Holly, it looks like. She's trying to tie up the ball, but in doing so, kind of had her arms wrapped around the Shakopee player. Just the first team foul, though, on Hopkins, and a good aggressive play. You don't mind that at all. You're trying to get the ball back. Darby has it taken away. Here's Holly. From the corner, left a little short. Bounces around. Hammond had it.
We have another tie-up.
Yep, another jump ball. This time will go Shakopee's way after a miss from the corner there by Suggs. Coonan gets a short break and will come back in. Dominique McNeely in there now for Hopkins. Coonan into the front court, way down to the corner. Zar into traffic, and let's see, we're going to get a foul call as that pass was made. They got the double team clamped on, and then looked like Bueckers be called for getting her on the arm a little bit as she made the pass, right? No, I thought they called her on Bueckers. They did. It didn't look like it should have been, though. And a blocking call. This one will be on Bueckers as well, as Hutton caught the pass. And so Matea Hutton will go to the free throw line. First time at the line for Shakopee today.
Hutton misses the first one for Shakopee.
I think sometimes as you see Rodning back in, sometimes it's hard to get yourself calmed down and take a breath and make those free throws in such a fast-paced game and such a pressure kind of game. She gets the second one to fall, so now we're even up at 12. Knox brings it back out. Shakopee extending the D. Bueckers goes right around and missed on the scoop. Coonan with the rebound. Under 10 minutes to play here in the first half, and even up at 12-12. Coonan down low to Hutton on the baseline. Rodning trying to shoot it, and we'll get a foul on Bueckers. Whistle seemed a little late there. Bueckers thought she had the basketball, but instead it'll be a call for a foul.
She got a little wrist.
Yeah, I think it might have been the right call. When the whistle sounded just a little bit late, I think is when the fans kind of got wondering about that one. But it did appear to be the right call in that second look.
Rodney makes the first one.
So puts her team back in front here. And knocks down a pair of free throws right there. So 14-12 Shakopee, and now they'll come with some pressure. Holly in the corner, way across. And Suggs short with that one. Knocked out of bounds by Shakopee. Trying to get back was Rhinesmith, but she knocked it out, so Hopkins will get it back. Shakopee was getting hurt a little bit by drives, and now it seems they've switched their defense up a little bit to cut that off. So Bates will come back in here for Hopkins. Holly looking to drive it. Coonan now defending Holly. Knox giving it up to Winston. Quick movement, but Shakopee staying in position pretty well. Now Holly, a pull-up, short, and then we get a foul call against Hopkins, it looks like, on McNeely.
And I believe Coonan got a piece of that basketball.
Yeah, it looked like she did. It was a pretty good move by Holly, and I guess probably against most opponents that aren't 6'2", she gets that nice little mid-range jumper off. Hopkins waiting at half court with a 2-1-2. Both is kind of a nice chess match with the coaches too, switching these defenses up. You're not going to see the same thing for an entire half or even a long stretch of the half. Back for Coonan, it's over her head and going to be an over and back violation here against Shakopee. So Hopkins with the ball, down by 2. They have gone a little bit cold here. Hammond giving it over to Bates. Got the defense turned around. Coonan gets the block though. Rodman looking inside, elected not to go to Hutton there. Coonan over to Rodman on the drive, jabbed away, but a foul call coming up. And Dee Winston will get that one. Hopkins went quite a while without any fouls, but now have picked up 6 of them. Into Coonan. Behind the back. Tough shot though and left it short. Good defense by Bates. Bates running it back right around the D and scores.
That was a nice step around by Bates.
And she just did it so calmly too. It was, you know, the defense thought they were in good position for a charge and she just easily went around. Coonan thought about it, doesn't take that shot. Now gets a little bit of a brush screen. Coonan pops. And nice rebound by Hammond. Winston giving it up for Holly with the one-hand floater, no good. Gets it back again, no good. And the Sabres out of there with it. Back out, Rodman shooting a contested three. Maybe not the shot they wanted there. Here's Bates attacking down the baseline and is fouled.
Both teams look a little winded.
I know, I was thinking the same thing. It's been such a pace back and forth, and you've seen, I was thinking that at the last time that Shakopee, that quick three they took was because I'm too tired to drive. I'm just going to take one from here. Foul call win against Rhinesmith, so her second. They only have 3 team fouls, but 2 of them have been on Rhinesmith, so she is more than likely going to come out here, and she is. So Garvey comes back in, and also in is Stark, number 15. Here at Bagstead driving, Winston driving after Bagstead got it to her. And there's Bates stepping in for the steal, and Bates all the way for 2. So the Royals back in front on a clean steal by Bates. Coonan looking to drive, dishes the pass over, and we get a foul call as Hammond trying for the block. Another look at the steal by Bates, great anticipation and just jumped in. Well, and they play good team defense too, so that you don't hesitate to make a gamble like that also. Rodning's free throw is good. Wilben will come back in along with Holly for Hopkins. And makes both free throws there, so Sabres come back and even things up.
Looks like Shakopee has come back with a 1-3-1 zone defense.
Holly swings it though, and they forgot all about Ashley Bates there. Got the defense extended, and Hopkins looks like they were ready for that one. So 2-point lead here for the Royals. Stark looking to drive it, but the help gets there. Coonan keeps the dribble alive and then gets it over. Stark thought about it, or at least wanted the defense to think she might shoot it. Coonan step back here and in and out. And then a foul on Stark of Shakopee trying to get to that rebound. She was just a step late and bumped into the Hopkins player. That's exactly how you want to attack that 1-3-1, it looked like. The Sabres looked like they almost lost track of Bates there on the weak side. Holly flashing across, off the glass, but no good, and Coonan grabs the rebound. Zara to the corner to Hutton. And back out top to Coonan, who pops a 3, no good, and Holly will get it after a nice block out. Bagstead posting, turned, had a block by Hutton. Coonan leading the break for the Sabres. Pull up is good.
You can't allow her to get that deep in the paint.
And she jumped in the passing lane, but Holly's able to recover it. Yeah, Holly off the glass and good. That's a long 2. I don't know that she called glass there, but they'll take it. So Hopkins back in front. Holly actually is a very good bank shooter. I just don't think that was one of them that she was trying to do it. They put it inside to Stark, and she is fouled on the play as she had a defender on each side of her there. And it looks like Holly will be called for the foul. Another look there at Nia pulling it up, and bang. So Stark at the free throw line here.
Stark leaves the first one short.
Second try here, and that one is wide right, so misses them both. But Shakopee down by 2, and Hopkins hits the front court. Winston lost her footing, but got the pass away, and Bagstad will convert a 3. Nice assist, even though she was falling there, and Bagstad able to knock it down. First made 3 of the game for Hopkins, and Shakopee's only had 1. Czar looking to answer, wouldn't go. They'll get another try though. Coonan cut off. And Bates slapping that one away. It'll be out off of Hopkins. So another look, as you see, as she planted her foot, Winston went down, but still made the correct pass, and Bagstad had her feet set, ready to go.
Weston Rodney checking back in for Shakopee.
Drive down the baseline. Oh, and Bates with the block, but going to be called for the foul. And Coonan will shoot free throw. Coach Cosgriff did not like that one. And Coonan's free throw good. Look, Bates, I think, got an awful lot of basketball there, and
There's a little contact on the elbow. Got to live with the call, though.
yeah, that's the thing. You know, throughout a game, you have to, whether a call goes your way or against you, you have to forget about it by the next trip down the court. So 4-point lead here for Hopkins. Winston driving it. Bagstad taking another one, this time a little too long though, and rebounded by Rodnick. Coonan, pull up. It's good. That
Nice
time,
shot.
yeah, and that time Bates went for the steal and didn't quite get it. So Shakopee back to within 2. Been driving and scoring. Back to a 4-point lead now for the Royals. 1:40 to play here in our first half. Hutton left open at the top of the key, and she hits. Pretty rare to see that happen to the Royals. Somebody got caught up in a screen, and she had a lot of time to line that one up. Ooh, Hammond might have shuffled him quick. They didn't see it.
Hopkins may be playing for the last shot.
Bates, well, they get such an easy one. They're going to take that one, and Bagstad scores. Nice pick and roll. So a 3-point lead as we go under a minute now in this first half. Hutton back out. Coonan's going to let it fly for the tie, and she hits. No wonder North Carolina wanted her. So 27 all as we go to 35 seconds to play in the half. Winston keeps that dribble alive and will come back out with it now. Bagstead. Inside, knocked away from Woodman. It will be off of Shakopee. Another look at Coonan stepping back. For a lot of players, that's kind of a, at the edge of their range where it's hard to get it there, but you could tell she doesn't have too much difficulty releasing that three from that far out.
I've seen her make that shot many times.
She's gone over 2,000 points in her high school career. Under 15 seconds to play. Winston looking to the bench, and Hopkins will try and end the half in style. Here's Holly driving it. Holly off the glass, wouldn't go, and Coonan rebounds. And we are even up as we reach the halfway point of this one. Number 1 Shakopee and number 2 Hopkins tied up at 27 apiece. We'll have first half highlights and more coming up here on 12 Sports. A great battle here at the Lindbergh Center. We'll be right back.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
Welcome back here to the Lindbergh Center at Hopkins High School. It's number 1 versus number 2 here tonight. Number 1 Shakopee 27, number 2 Hopkins 27 at halftime of our girls basketball game. Well, we've got some great big school or Class 4A teams in the northwest suburbs once again this year. In addition to Hopkins, teams like Osseo and Park Center and Wayzata having some very strong years as well. But there's also a small school power located in Brooklyn Park. The Maranatha Christian Academy Mustangs are ranked number 3 in Class A and looking to get back to the state tournament once again. And a little bit earlier in this season, we had a chance to do a story on the Jarnett sisters for Maranatha Christian for our Sports Jam show. And here's a look at that story. They're a pretty dynamic duo for the Maranatha Christian Academy Mustangs. 5'7" senior point guard Elena Jarnett and her little sister, in age but not height, 6' sophomore Jacqueline, are tough to stop.
I know how she plays, so I can I know the passes she can make, so I could just make the cuts and I can catch them. So she is really good underneath, and she can catch any pass I throw, and she's a really good shooter. I would say she can do it all, basically. She can dribble, she can shoot, she can play underneath. She got the height, so she can basically do it all, and I love playing with her.
It's noticeable to others within the team. The Jarnetts have a sixth sense on where the other will be on the court.
It's crazy how good they see each other on the court and how they really kind of mend the team together because they're the different ages. So it's really easy to intermingle with them, and they definitely see the court.
Both are great players, but their differences also make for a good pairing.
Elena is our little speedy guard that will hit anybody in stride. love that she can throw a pass from block to block. I mean, we can run out, and she throws passes that one-handed passes zip all over the court that normally we'd be saying no to, but Elena can make those plays. Where Jacqueline is that player that will silently score 20 points on you, pick up 12 rebounds, and then you'll notice she had 5-6 steals, and just is active all over the court. But it is completely different style.
They say they don't go head-to-head much in the driveway anymore, but Jacqueline has an idea of how it would go.
I could probably like post her up, and she could probably just kind of like blow by me kind of easy, but it would be a fun thing to see, I guess.
Elena is averaging over 20 points per game and also leads the state in assists. Her play has earned her a scholarship to Division I Monmouth University in New Jersey.
My AAU tournaments, they saw me and they really just, I guess, loved how I played. So they were really just talking to me a lot, and I don't know, I visited there and I just loved it. It was a beautiful place and it was just amazing. The program is awesome and I love the coaches, so it was just really easy for me to go there.
As a sophomore with size and skill, Jacqueline's likely to be a D1 player too. Her sister's experience with the recruiting game should help.
I've seen like what she went through in like colleges, like calling her and like getting her letters, so that could help.
The Jarnets have the talent to be good players in any class and have thought of what it might be like to play for a big school power.
I mean, yeah, because that's like where my teammates played on my AAU team, so like sometimes I was wondering like what it would be like, but just like my school here, having like my faith and the academics is really important to me, so that's kind of why I was just like, this has always been my home. I've been going here since preschool, so this has been home.
Maranatha is ranked third in Class A. They've been in the state tournament the past 5 seasons, finishing as runner-up last season and winning titles in 2011 and 2012.
Jarnot to the basket and one.
Elena was an 8th grader on that 2012 team. The Jarnot sisters think this could be a title contender come March.
We're working really hard to get there. We know that's not just given to us and that we have to work hard for it, and it's not going to be easy, but we're working really hard to get better and continue going to state. Yeah, I feel like we have a good chance. When we all play together, we're really good. We could definitely beat some good teams.
And we'll be able to see the Jarnot sisters in action on 12 Sports against Wayzata, kind of the small school, big school matchup, and that will be coming up here on the 13th of February. And that one will be live on our website, 12.tv, and then also replay on Channel 12. So 27-all here, the Sabres and the Royals. We'll be back with first half highlights and then our second half of basketball on 12 Sports.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Hey, did you...
Welcome back here to the Lindbergh Center as we are tied up at 27-27 between Shakopee and Hopkins, and we take a look at some of the first half highlights in this one, starting with Nia Holly getting to the hoop, and she had 3 early layups for Hopkins. That was pretty strong first half overall. And you get a look, Winston getting the steal, Holly out ahead of the field, no dribble needed there, just up for the layup. One of her 5 baskets in the first half. And there's Bates stepping in for the steal there for Hopkins as they were able to get some pressure on and force some turnovers against the Sabres, but obviously Shakopee coming back nicely as well. There's Bagstead knocking it down from the corner as Winston got the assist there for Hopkins. Hutton, watch this one, it bounces around and winds up right in there for Rhinesmith, getting a layup there for Shakopee. And then Coonan on the break, stopping, avoids the charge, just pulls up and hits that little 4-footer in the lane as she had a big first half. Their leading scorer all season, and also tonight as she nails the 3 right there for the Sabres. And see Kunin with 13 to lead the way for Shakopee. And Holly has 10, Bates 6, and Bagstead 5 for Hopkins. We'll be right back here with our second half of basketball coming up on 12 Sports.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
27 apiece here as these teams kind of have a state tournament preview type of matchup here. I mean, obviously, no sure thing that they're going to make it, but certainly a possibility for both of these teams. The section switching around a little bit, though, might make a little tougher road possibly for Shakopee. They've got Minnetonka in their section now, which is obviously a very, very strong basketball team as well. As you can look at some of the first half numbers here, and Shakopee shooting a pretty decent percentage, but has had more turnovers than they would like. And you see Hopkins has not been to the line much here. But 3 3-pointers made by the Sabres to just 1 for Hopkins, but we're even up at 27, and here we go for half 2. Rodning trap, but got the pass away. Kunin kicks it way across, gets it right back. Rodning coming out to get it here with Holly on her. Now looking to lob into a lot of traffic, though. Winston knocked it out of bounds. Shakopee probably fortunate that they get this one back. That was a tough ball to feed in there. Rodning looking to get it in and having trouble doing so. It's going to be 5 seconds.
Good defense by Hopkins.
It definitely was, and now it might sound funny to say, but I think in some ways not a bad play by Rodning to not throw it away leading to a layup. If nobody was open, you might be better off just holding it there. I know you don't like to ever give up 5 seconds, but it's better than starting a fast break for the other team.
Yeah, at least you get a chance to get back and set up your defense.
Robin driving, but couldn't finish with the left-hand layup, and now Kunin. Kunin looking to put it on the deck. Little fadeaway baseline is short. You can see Hopkins wants her to have to shoot on the move. Winston driving all the way but missed. Bates the rebound, scores, and a foul. See if they will count this one. I would think it should. Nice hoop there by Bates. So Bates now with 8 points, and we'll try and complete a 3-point play here. Makes the free throw, so 30-27 Royals here as they strike first here in the second half, and now they come with their 1-3-1. Kunin into the corner, and it went right through Hutton's fingers and out of bounds.
That's back-to-back turnovers for Shakopee.
I think besides playing against another good team, this is good for these teams to get this atmosphere too, where it's loud in here, and it's, you know, you have to be ready for these pressure games when you get to the section tournament too. Holly's jumper wouldn't go. Nice board by Hammond. She scores and a foul. So a chance for back-to-back three-point plays here for Hopkins. Rodning will pick up the foul there. Nice rebound. Hammond not able to hit it, but Woban grabs the rebound. And then the Royals lose it. Good hustle, though, to get to that rebound. So Hopkins up by 5, which I believe matches their biggest lead of the night. Been pretty close all the way through. Over to Hutton and scores. Holly looking to answer, goes to Bates instead. Layup is good, what a pass. Very unselfish ball there for the Royals too. And they lead again by 5. Rodning coming way out toward half court to get it. Ryan Smith forced to pick it up. Now Coonan. Rodning is open from the wing, but it wouldn't go. Hutton all alone for the rebound. And then Bates almost had the steal. Lobbed inside, and Hammond got a piece of that. I think Hammond's kind of an unsung weapon for Hopkins. They don't have a lot of size, and she's got some length. You know, you have to have a little bit of that too, even if she's not going to be the leading scorer very often for their team, but able to get some rebounds, get some tips.
Yeah, she's really long, blocks a lot of shots for Hopkins, but she doesn't score a lot of points.
Rodning with it at the top of the key. Now Coonan, shot fake, steps in a little bit and missed. Bates, jump stop, goes to the hoop and scores. Boy, Ashley's really kind of taken over here early in the second half. Timeout, Shakopee. Bates really playing with confidence right now. Good jump stop here. Avoids the charge and finishes. Kind of talking about unsung players, Ashley Bates, you know, they've obviously had so many good players over the years here, but she's been a solid player for this Royals program too.
She's been solid, and she's actually always done the same thing. Rebounds tough, finishes around the basket, and in any given night, she may be your leading scorer.
Well, speaking of great Hopkins alumni, give us an update on your daughter, TT. Obviously had a great career with the Royals, now at Iowa State. Tell me a little bit about how she's liking things down there.
She's loving it. She's loving the college life. She's enjoying her teammates, her coaches. I think she was really prepared coming through the Hopkins program. They did a great job of getting her prepared for the college level. She took a medical red shirt after having her knee cleaned up a little bit, but she was able to play games, so she'll be prepared next year. Started, I believe, 5 or 6 games. So she's enjoying it. She can't wait to get back on the court and get back to doing what she loves.
Well, that's great to hear. She was a fun player to cover, obviously, here for the Royals, and best of luck to her in the future, too, down in Ames, Iowa. And it's not, as we were talking before the game, not too terribly far of a drive, so you get a chance to get down there and visit her some, too, I'm sure. Sabres down 7, and Hopkins almost had the steal, but it got away from Bates. This is kind of a, you know, we've got a lot of time to go, obviously, but it feels like sort of a crucial moment here for Shakopee to kind of get settled down a little bit as they had some turnovers. Rodning's pass through Hutton's legs. Zar gets it back. Coonan down the middle was fouled. It will be Holly, no.
Wubbins.
Wubbin will get the foul, yep. Picks up her first, and Coonan will go to the free throw line. Hasn't had a shot attempt here in the second half just yet, but had 13 points. And that one bounces around and in. And makes the second one as well. Nice given. Well, there's a foul on the drive as Holly at the high post got the pass off, and Wubbin will shoot.
Wubbin makes the first of two.
Great timing on that last play too. You know, Holly flashes up to the free throw line and then the cut from the wing. Misses the second, so gets 1 out of 2. Czar going to the hoop and scores her first bucket. Shakopee hasn't had much of transition hoops, but they get one there. Bates gives it to Holly. Holly wanted to drive, but lost it a little bit. Bates over to Hammond, and that one misses, but there's Dee Dee Winston. Oops, and there's a travel. Holly got over there was going to block that one, and Czar ends up traveling. Paige Bueckers coming back in. She picked up some quick fouls in that first half. Limited her time a little bit. Holly giving it back to Winston. Now inside to Holly. Was fouled on the play as Coonan will pick it up. Inbound here for Bueckers as Hopkins leading it by 6. And it winds up with Holly, and she floats it in. Shakopee undefeated, but on the ropes a little bit on the road here, down by 8. Rodning takes it up, had it blocked on it back again. Unusual play there.
Rodning never gave up on the play. You don't hear the whistle, you have to keep playing.
Winston turning the corner on the screen and lays it in. So Dee Dee Winston had been fairly quiet, and a couple buckets in a row here. And Bates will be called for the foul there. There you see Winston. The help was too late getting there. She kind of, showed a little bit, but not enough to make Winston do anything different. She just drove all the way. Czar giving it up to Hutton, and they bring it back out, reset with Rhinesmith. Coonan. Almost threw that one away. Hutton driving it into the middle, had it blocked. And it will stay with Shakopee. And just barely got it into Coonan. Foul away from the play, an illegal screen call against Shakopee. Looks like Rhinesmith will pick it up, and that is her third. Hopkins trying to get the lead to double digits here. They're up 8. Knox back in there now for Hopkins, and they turn it over. Garvey comes back into the lineup, as does Rodning now for Shakopee. And Wilburn will come back in here for Hopkins. Czar. Now Garvey looking cross court with it, and West tracks it down. Coonan step back and hits a three-pointer.
That's a beautiful shot. That's her move, that step back jump shot.
Knox looking to answer and can't do it. Like I was saying earlier, I think for most players, you would probably say that's not a shot you'd want them to take, but Coonan has obviously practiced that an awful lot. Usually stepping back like that isn't what coaches want to see. And there's Rodney getting a layup, and boy, Shakopee, just when it looked like they were in a little trouble, all of a sudden they were within 3. Here's Knox. Bueckers wants to attack, and now Knox will shoot up that long 3. Short. Shakopee doing a pretty nice job on D these last 4 or 5 possessions, forcing Hopkins into some, okay shots, but not great.
Oh.
Coonan thought about it, now will take it later on and missed it. Bueckers on the drive, the floater no good. Holly is there for the rebound and bucket. I like the way Holly, nothing against your teammate, but you always assume they're gonna miss and go look for it. And that's what worked out for her there. Nice steal by Hammond. Bueckers driving that ball and is fouled. Here's that step back that we were talking about. Shakopee getting set to bring 3 new players in, but not until the first free throw attempt is taken here by Bueckers. And she makes it. One more coming here for Paige Bueckers. And she makes them both. So the foul scenario is kind of flip-flop from the first half to the second. Now Hopkins has only committed a couple, and 6 of them on Shakopee here in the second half. Hopkins with that trap. See how far out they're forcing Shakopee. They're no threat to score from the places that they've been receiving the ball. Bates gets a piece of it. Holly the steal and was fouled. Czar tripped her up as Hopkins was getting set to get in transition here.
And Hopkins is in the bonus now, so they'll go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1.
Yes. Good opportunity for them if they can make free throws. Obviously, the rest of the way here, they're going to be shooting, at least 1-and-1, and then eventually 2 shots. So if they can hit them, it'll be big. And the Holly does right there. Her friend texting that She made the first and is going to get the second there maybe. And the second one is also good. So nice night for Nia Holly so far with 16. 49-40 now. Hopkins building that lead right back up after Shakopee had cut it to 3. And a dangerous pass just gets there to Johnston. Hutton's pass right through the hands of Rhinesmith and out of bounds, and Hopkins will force another turnover. Coonan, that's probably as long a break as she can count on tonight. She was out for about 30 seconds. They need her in there.
They most definitely do.
Bueckers open for a 3 and short. Rhinesmith out of there with that rebound. Coonan to Hutton on the baseline. Hutton has a little room to work with here on that left side. She'll turn and shoot. Big fight for the rebound, going to be a tie-up, and it will go Hopkins' way. Nice job, too, by some of Hopkins' players who aren't necessarily getting big minutes tonight, but somebody like Bagstead who comes in, or Suggs. You know, it's hard to adjust to playing just a few minutes here and there, but they've done some nice things, too.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to play a role.
There is Bagstead right on cue, scoring one there. Biggest lead of the night. 11 now for Hopkins. Coonan will shoot the 3 and nails it.
That's a big 3 for Shakopee there. It's a good response.
Great pass by Holly. We said averaging over 4 assists a game. You can see why there. The timing was great too. And then Coonan, one of the few times that they've really kind of, you know, left her open a little bit, and she obviously has shown an ability to make that shot. Not as much margin for error for Shakopee anymore now, though. They're still down 8, 7 minutes to go. Obviously, they're not out of it by any means, but they can't, afford to have too many stretches of 3-4 trips in a row where they don't get at least good shots up.
Yes, they definitely have to execute down the stretch. Not to mention that Hopkins is in 1-1, so you've got to play solid and clean defense and keep them off the line if you want to stay in this game.
Hopkins ball in the backcourt as we resume play here with 7:03 to go in the ball game.
Looks like Shakopee has come out in a 2-3. This is a different look. We haven't seen this look tonight.
Bueckers, the lob for Holly, and it's good. Well, it didn't seem to bother the Royals at all, that switch in D. Great pass, great finish. Here's Coonan turning, spinning, no good. And then a foul on Coonan trying to get it back. Another look at this great play out of the timeout. And it was a little bit of a tough angle for Nia to finish that one too, and she still was able to get it up on the board and in. Obviously she could have caught it there, but she would have been pretty far under, and nice hoop. So Bueckers will shoot. I say that last thing for the Hopkins there, I think it's definitely in their best interest to make Coonan put it on the floor and shoot. Not that she's not capable of making that shot she just took, but obviously they fear her more as a standstill catch and shoot player at the top of the key. Free throw is good by Bagstead.
Bagstead has given Hopkins some quality minutes tonight.
Yeah, very efficient. She has 8 points and hasn't played probably more than about 10 minutes. Second one no good. Rodning the rebound and then fouled by Nia Holly. That'll be her third. Just the third team foul, though, on the Royals in this half. They have played pretty foul-free here in this second half especially. Stark with it here now, gives it to Rodning for the Sabres. Stark into the lane, back out. Rhinesmith will shoot a three, and she hits. Big bucket for her, just her second field goal of the night. The lead is 8. Bueckers wants that three, and it's good. Nice answer for the Royals. And Coonan driving it was fouled. Bueckers, a confident shooter, catches and lets it rip. The lead at 11 out of that inbound. Coonan shooting it and no good. Bueckers tried to save it but couldn't. It will be Sabres basketball. So Rodning inbounding here for Shakopee. Rhinesmith whipping it inside for Hutton, but was fouled. Bueckers thought she had the basketball there. Here's Coonan driving it. Step back here, and it's short. And Holly rebounds. Giving it to Bueckers. Now back for Holly. Oh, nice fake. Oh, couldn't quite finish. Great move, though, that hesitation. Rhinesmith picks it up. Johnston open along 2. It won't go, though, and Holly rebounds. So under 5 minutes to play now. Hopkins leading by 11. Bueckers on the drive, scores. Wow.
Nice drive by Bueckers.
Got a pretty good offensive game, especially for an 8th grader. 13-point lead now for Hopkins, biggest of the night. Rhinesmith lines up a 3, no good, and Hammond the box out for the rebound. Winston to Hammond, turns, shooting, in and out. And then Coonan was fouled. Watch Bueckers here, nice runner. Again, she had that little hesitation, little off-foot floater off the backboard. That's a tough shot, but she made it look easy. Not yet in the bonus. That was team foul number 6. So Hopkins inbound, or excuse me, Shakopee inbounding in the backcourt. And thrown away. Holly tipped it off of Sabre, but then it came back and hit Holly. It was coming right at us. I was ready to duck under the table there for a minute. Bates hounding Coonan, but a nice move, and then drew the foul. I call that a non-shooting foul, looks like, which I think might be a break for Hopkins. So it'll be 1-1 rather than 2 shots. At least that was the initial signal. 4th on Bueckers. Coonan's free throw is good. See, she's been the focal point of their offense. I think they've needed, another player or two to step up a little bit more than what they've seen, though. She's kind of been the offense.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely their #1 offensive player. She could use a little help.
No good on the second try. Nia Holly boards it. Now Winston driving it and hits the bottom of the backboard. Or the bottom of the rim, anyway. Now Coonan had it blocked by Hammond. Holly for Bates. Bates, a tough catch and finish.
It's so hard to keep up with Hopkins when they're running, when they're off and running.
And Bueckers getting out to block that shot. out of bounds off of Shakopee as Bueckers had the block and the save. And boy, are they fired up right now. Great block by Hammond there, and then they're out and running. That was really a tough catch by Bates, and then able to get under control to score the layup. So 14-point lead. Hopkins in the driver's seat here. A little under 3.5 minutes to play. Holly giving it to Bates. Winston's gonna shoot that three, it's short. Scramble for it and the Sabres get it. And then they turn it over, and that's a little fatigue, I think, setting in there. Sabres want to trap. Bueckers getting it over to Bates and back out. Bueckers will take that three, and she hits. Bueckers putting on a show here of late. Just an 8th grader. And it looks like Shakopee's undefeated run is going to come to an end here tonight. They are down now 17 points. Hutton, nice shot fake, goes to the baseline, but there's Bueckers getting in the passing lane and able to force a tie-up. Hopkins not showing any fear to keep shooting or keep playing. They're not going to go and pull it out and go into the stall yet. Ryan Smith. Down to 2:20 to go and counting as Hopkins pulling away here late in this one. Coonan now looking to post up. Ryan Smith will shoot a three, and it's good. She's made a couple from beyond the arc here, but they're still facing a long uphill climb. Down 64-50.
Timeout, Shakopee.
See what Shakopee has ahead, and obviously all of those games, can be tough ones, but the one at Lakeville North will be probably the biggest test out of that bunch coming up next Tuesday. And again, they did beat the Panthers the first time, but it was a pretty close ball game, a 6-pointer, I think, over at Shakopee. And for Hopkins, they've got a non-conference game with a fairly dangerous Maple Grove team. Got a 10-7 record, and then you see Edina and Eden Prairie, and don't be fooled. Edina and Eden Prairie are still pretty tough teams too, so you got to be ready for those late games as well if you're Hopkins. Coach Kaz working some things in the huddle there for the Royals. Well, obviously you've done some coaching too. Do you feel like a loss for Shakopee right now? Sometimes people see that takes the pressure off. Is that something that you believe in at all, that this isn't that bad of a deal for them to maybe lose one in the regular season?
Well, I believe it's a good test for them, and I think it does relieve some of the pressure off their shoulders, but it also gives them opportunity to know what to get prepared for in the future. Gives you some things to go back to the gym and work on.
I got to look there at Coach Mitchell as Bates was fouled on the way in and misses the free throw. Foul call in against Rodning there. And they miss again, but Holly grabs the rebound. Now Winston, a little double pump and gets it to drop. She had some hang time there so that Coonan wouldn't block it. Coonan looking to drive in the lane, no good, but will shoot free throws. That'll be Bueckers picking it up, I believe, and so she fouls out, but managed to get quite a bit done in the time that she was in there. 10 points in the second half, 12 total for 8th grader Paige Bueckers. So Coonan will head back to the free throw line here for the Sabres.
It's a 16-point game with 1:33 left in the game, and these teams are still battling as if it's a tie ball game and they have everything on the line. I love to see games like this. Continue to play hard and play all the way through.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, I mean, this is a little different because the lead's bigger, but I think a lot of times teams and maybe coaches pull back on the reins too early. And you know, maybe 4 or 5 minutes to go, they start, you know, not being confident in taking a shot or what's a good shot or whatever, and you end up letting a team back into it. Now, again, like I said, this margin is big enough that that probably wasn't going to be an issue either way, but it is nice to see them just, you know, keep playing the hard basketball that got them the lead. So 14-point game. And they're trying to take the foul on Winston there, and Hutton will take it. She gets her second. So Winston will step up to the free throw line here for a pair of free throws. And nails the first one. And makes a pair. So the lead back to 16, and Hopkins is going to knock Shakopee out of the ranks of the unbeaten. Ryan Smith kicking it back over to Hutton. Way across to Johnston. Ryan Smith driving and scores a tough hoop in traffic there. Now they look to trap. And Winston was fouled in the backcourt. So Johnston picks up the foul. Makes it look easy there as Winston hits a free throw. Well, Winston showing her team and coaches that they should have faith in her having the ball in her hands at the end as she makes 4 free throws in a row here. Coonan with the step back, in and out. Hutton trying to pass it over for Rodning, and it goes out of bounds. The Hopkins basketball. Winston right back to Holly. They break the pressure pretty easily right there. See if the Sabres will foul anymore or not. It's a 16-point game. Probably no real need to anymore, but we'll see. Knox throwing it back out for Holly. Back out to Winston. Hammond will bring it back out instead of taking a shot inside there. And so the Royals are going to win this one. Number 2 Hopkins takes down number 1 Shakopee convincingly, 70-54. And exactly the type of performance the Royals wanted to see out here tonight, wasn't it?
Most definitely, most definitely. They played hard. They had a lot of contributors. Solid defense, forced a lot of turnovers, and I think they're back in the position they wanted to be in.
And for Shakopee, they knew they were in for a tough test coming on the road, so you know you live and learn from this one as well. And again, wouldn't be a huge surprise to see these teams play again in the state tournament. We'll be back to wrap things up here from the Lindbergh Center in just a moment. The Royals win it 70-54.
Good one, son.
Last summer, my new dad took me on vacation. First, we went deep sea fishing.
Wow! I'm so proud of you, son.
And then we went on Thunder Shark. That was awesome! Let's go again! 3 times. I gotta say, it was pretty cool.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Oh, not again.
30 million Americans will suffer from an eating disorder at some point in their lives. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Hi, I work at the NEDA helpline. We have something called Click to Chat, which is a live chat with someone on the helpline, and they're really able to get support.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Volunteering is more than just a word. It's a window to opportunities. Take Mark, for example. By taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television, Mark is helping bring entertainment and information to his community, along with building a foundation of skills that will take him one step closer to his dreams. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Oh, you should pick that up. Oh, you're such a dork. Loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach your
likes you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Volunteering is more than just a word. It's a window to opportunities. Take Mark, for example. By taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television, Mark is helping bring entertainment and information to his community, along with building a foundation of skills that will take him one step closer to his dreams. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Welcome back to Hopkins. A great win for the Royals here tonight. It was number 1 versus number 2, and the Royals coming up big, beating Shakopee 70-54. And we're joined by a couple of the players that helped to get it done. And Ashley Bates, this was kind of a hyped-up game and everything. How much fun was it to be out here tonight and to play so well as a team?
It was really fun. I feel like we all came together. We played great D. We had great practices. We were ready.
Before the game, you were honored, and I know it was a little emotional for you out there. Did that kind of spur you into this game to really want to play hard, too, and get things back going your way for the Royals?
Yeah, it made me realize how close we are and everything, and I just wanted to win for my team.
Obviously, there's still some season to go here, and Shakopee is another good team. You play a lot of good teams in your conference, but how much do you think this win does for your group heading down the stretch of the season?
I think we've just proved the point. We proved that we are able to beat any team. When we put our minds to it, we work hard, we can do it.
All right, congratulations on the win, and good luck the rest of the season here, Ashley.
Thank you.
And Nia Holly, another big game here. How exciting was it to be out here in front of a nice crowd, a loud crowd, and playing a good team like this?
It was really exciting. Me and Taylor are pretty good friends, and she's a phenomenal player. North Carolina's getting a really great player next year, and it was good to get a nice win this year, and just going to keep trying to push for the season and try to get a state championship again.
They closed the first half pretty strong and got it to even. What did you guys talk about at halftime to come out with such a good start to the second half like that?
Well, on the rebounding end, it was both pretty much the same. I mean, obviously the scores were the same, so we were both working really hard as both teams, and so we had to kind of push harder. We had to break down a little bit on offense and slow down and have a lot of patience on offense.
You guys got a lot of nice buckets in that second half, give and goes and pick and rolls and everything. Did it just sort of feel like at least for a little while there, like it was just everything was flowing really nice for your offense?
It did. Finally this year, we're finally getting to flow together. And, we've been playing together for a really long time, so when that type of stuff happens, it's pretty normal. And so it's really good to finally get that back again.
Is this a good preparation for a possible state tournament, too, because you're playing another good team in this kind of an atmosphere, like I said, too?
Absolutely. They're undefeated, and so going into the state tournament, I see them maybe coming out their section, maybe not. We just got to keep working hard and focusing on ourselves.
Thanks for joining us, Nia, and good luck the rest of the way here.
Thank you.
All right, Nia Holly, one of the big contributors for Hopkins tonight as they take down Shakopee, giving the Sabres their first loss of the season. 70-54 is our final score. We hope you enjoyed tonight's ball game. Great matchup here at the Lindbergh Center, and best of luck to both teams the rest of the way as well. Once again, your final is Hopkins 70 and Shakopee 54.
Thank you.